Class 3A students have done projects on the concepts living world, plants, human body structure, types of houses, soils, influences of weather, earth and the moon, and pollution. Class 3B students are with the projects on eating habits of animals and birds, safety, first aid, seasons and clothes, measurement, water, sun and stars, and conservation of natural resources. Class 4A students have done projects on food chain, adaptations of plants and animals, life cycle, food and health, and teeth. 4B students have done projects on safety, first aid, states of matter, types of force, our universe, our environment, and solubility. 5A students have done projects on germination of seeds and dispersal models, animal adaptations, working model of lungs, soil erosion, the pulley and well, air pressure, solar eclipse, and the 3 R's. 5D students have done with conditions required for seed germination, seed dispersal, camouflage challenge, balanced diet, sedimentary rock, inclined plane, properties of air, lunar eclipse, and the 3 R techniques. Classes 6th to 9th students are exhibiting their projects on concepts of mathematics. Classes 6A students have done projects on integers, decimals, ratio, and proportion. Classes 6B students have done projects on perimeter and area, fractions, and algebraic expressions. Classes 7A students have done projects on integers, rational numbers, powers and exponents, linear equations, lines, angles, metric measures, and 3D shapes. Classes 7B students have worked on properties of triangles, perimeter and area, fraction multiplication and division, decimal multiplication and division, percentage, and data handling. Class 80 students are doing projects on rational numbers, quadrilaterals, squares and square roots, cube and cube roots, identities, and algebra. Class 8B students have done projects on polygons, volume and surface area, application of percentages, exponents, and variations. Class 9A students have worked on polynomials, linear equations in 2 variables, lines, and angles. Class 9B students have worked on triangles, quadrilaterals, circles, surface areas, and volumes. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I request our Director Madam to honor our Chairman, Shri S. Mahalingam sir.
Dr. Keshav Krishnan and the others, the dais and my friends. I've been coming here for this Bharati Expo, I think, for a few years now. And perhaps this is the first time we are holding this inauguration in the auditorium. Last year also. Probably I was coming last year. But, this is something that we are very proud of, this new building that we have constructed. And from this academic year, I think everyone has been, all the classrooms have been occupied. And of course, in this hall, we also had the complete music season, that is that is held annually at Bharati. So even, music demands extremely good acoustics, both from the performers as well as from the listeners. And we got reasonably good praise from the musicians as well for this year. So that's a good hall that has really come about, and we are really proud, and we are happy to see so many people here. This Science Expo is always a very important one for the school. And Mrs. Alamelu pays a lot of attention to ensuring that the right things are displayed here students work hard, and of course there is one day in the year, which is really today, where the students are able to exhibit what they have done in a group, and the parents come here, and this is one day of interaction with everyone. This year again, when I was talking to Mrs. Alamelu this morning, she said everything seems to be fairly under control. She will never say that everything is under control. Everything is fairly under control, and we should have a fairly good day, or we should have a good day, because it's an important day as far as the school is concerned, because so many students are involved. I want to say one thing about the chief guest today, Dr. K. Krishnan. Actually, 3 generations of his family, he's from the 3rd generation, have been involved with the school. The 1st generation, Geeta Krishnan, IAS, has been associated with Mrs. Alamelu right from her student days. And he has been kind of a mentor for her in terms of establishing the school and ensuring that everything goes through properly. His father, Krishnan, who is the Secretary, Ministry of Information, Electronics and Information Technology of the Government of India, has of course been someone we have always gone to. He has been the chief guest in our annual event. He is perhaps the only one who has been the chief guest for 2 years. Almost everyone has done it only 1 year. But you know, he has occupied different positions. So at various points in the Tamil Nadu government as well as the central government, so we have approached him on different occasions, and he has been a great help in the development of the school. And he is truly a well-wisher. You know, attending to any issue that we may bring, but more importantly, guiding everyone here, including Mrs. Alamelu. Case of Krishnan is also very relevant for this function, mainly because, as you could have seen from the description of projects that are going to take place, one of it is mathematics. He is a great mathematician, and having qualified, and he is now at IIT Madras, which is not an easy place to get to for teaching, and he's started his Indian teaching career here, and therefore we are really fortunate that he has been able to come here today, and also hopefully see many of the projects that are ongoing, projects that are getting displayed, and hopefully we will also be going to him for guidance as we have been going to his grandfather as well as his father. So it is an important occasion for us. I just want to end by saying that, I see a lot of parents here, very important for us. We have been, of course, this is a unique school in the sense that it brings in the value-based education, holistic development of individual students. With Mrs. Alamelu and with a lot of the teachers here having a lot of experience, over a number of years of experience in providing this kind of education and so on. So, of course, the school was started quite a few years back, and this area was not developed. Now, Chennai has moved to this area because the information technology industry is really in this corridor. And that's why my old organization, Tata Consultancy Services, was very much happy that Mrs. Alamelu, with that background, started the school. And it has been a place where many of my the sons and daughters of many of my colleagues have also been educated here. The orientation has been, as I said, to develop the students in a holistic fashion. Ensuring that all the requirements that are there from CBSE and so on are also fully followed, fully compliant, and in making sure that students come out very well from the school. Now that we have also developed the infrastructure, and we have some more ideas in terms of developing the infrastructure, in terms of creating a bigger place for playground and so on. We need the support of the parents. We need them to support us in terms of ensuring that they help us in the development of the school. They are quite, any feedback. Last year, of course, we ran a questionnaire amongst parents and also students to find out if there are any issues that we need to attend to. And we looked at it very carefully and ensured that every issue that has been flagged there has been fully attended to, and of course the building of this complex is also shows that we have been progressing in terms of developing the right kind of infrastructure for the students and its various activities. So we need your help. I would like to request that we need the help of parents to ensure that there is constructive feedback, and also importantly to spread the message around to those they know in this area, so that we get more and more students into the school. Since we have expanded the infrastructural facilities in the school, we can accommodate a lot more students, so we request your help in that area. Just thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Keshav Krishnan to address the gathering.
I'm very honored and grateful to have been invited to be here. I'm very honored and grateful to be invited here to stand before you today and be witness to the expo. And I think I'd also like to thank Mr. Malingam for his kind words earlier. It's a very proud moment for me to come and address a school. Through my academic journey, I think the biggest debt that I owe is to all the teachers I've had along the way. So I'd like to honor the teachers who stand before us today right now, and the futures of all the students who are sitting here are in your hands. And I think this is something that I reflect on almost every day. One of the reasons why I was drawn to mathematics, I think my mathematical journey was slightly unorthodox. I started out as a physics student. But what ended up happening was, in my first year of university, we had a lab experiment where our lab instructor had us essentially get on all fours in the floor of the lab with a tape measure, and had us measure the side length of all the tiles in the lab. And there will always be fluctuations, when a factory designs a floor tile, there's a target length in mind, there's a target size in mind which is standardized. But through how the process of cutting the tile happens, through natural defects in the material, through natural defects in the machinery, there's always an error that comes in. Some tiles will be slightly smaller, some tiles will be slightly bigger. But when you start measuring these patterns, how much smaller, how much bigger, in a precise manner. Let's say the average length is 50 centimeters. But some tiles, how many of the tiles are 1 centimeter shorter than that? How many of the tiles are 1 centimeter longer than that? You see a universal pattern that emerges, and that this pattern will be visible in any system you can think of. It's not necessary that I need to be looking at floor tiles. If you measure all your heights in the room today, you'll see a similar pattern that comes in about how the heights are distributed around the average. And for me, this was fascinating. And I think this is what the essence of mathematics is. It's not about memorizing formulas. It's about trying to describe a pattern and then trying to explain that pattern. So just the quest to understand this pattern eventually pulled me out of my bachelor's degree in physics and pushed me towards mathematics. I think especially with the direction that the world is moving in today, the ability to recognize patterns, describe them precisely, and then work with and truly understand them is a skill that's going to be increasingly valued. So it gives me great joy that the focus of the expo from 6th to 9th standard is mathematics. And it doesn't give me great joy in the sense that I expect most of the students in that age group to eventually become mathematicians or pursue mathematics even at the college level. The fact that we encourage people to even think mathematically, I think, is a great thing. And so regardless of where you end up in your lives, I hope you'll keep some element of that, of like recognizing patterns and trying to understand them, no matter where you go, because it will only serve you well, and it has served me well all these years. So I would like for that to continue for all of you as well. I'm looking forward to seeing the work that you've all done, and the future. To all the students in the room, the future is yours, and I wish you all the best.